God damn. Oh, missed messages was more than I was expecting. If you haven't watched that first, just pause this and go and watch it. It's only like half an hour long. I'm sure this video is probably gonna be longer. Oh lordy, yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen a really good representation of depression and suicidal tendencies in a video game. Been a hot minute, but ooh, that did it. that did it. Oh, yeah. Okay, I won't ruminate too much on that because I think the video really speaks for itself. Hey, hi, hello, Alexandrian Codex. How's it going? There's no beach here. There's a small beach here. I'm doing pretty well. I'm really happy. I made that video yesterday about friendship and friends. I ended up having a really good day yesterday. I caught up with someone who I haven't spoken to in person or even on the phone in years and years, and I was on the phone for like 5 hours and it did not feel like it. I was really happy. So that was really special. And they know that I appreciated it. And wow, this island is horrible. It's so tiny and like rocky and oh boy. Okay. All right, let's just do what we can, Alex. Just do what you can. So that really made my day, and I got drinks with a friend, which was nice. She was just getting off of work and had to open again in like 8 hours, so we got a drink, but it's still nice to get out and catch up a little. Was that an undo button? What? How did I... X is an undo button? What? Wait a minute, is this an undo button? Wow. Yeah, I'm smart. I'm proud of myself. Holy shit. What a core feature to have gone unnoticed for so long. I'm sorry, game designers. I'm sorry. It's such an elegant game. God, I should have noticed that sooner. Oh, fuck. Wow. Well, I'm an idiot, but I had a good day yesterday. A really, really, really good day. So, if you're watching this, thanks for catching up with me. Really nice. Sometimes it's easy to forget just how well certain people know you, or have known you, or get certain parts of you. I was on the phone with her for 5 hours, like I was saying, and at one point, she started finishing my sentences, and I'm like, oh, haha, right. You actually understand me really well. And I'm just like, kinda blown away, and feel just kind of in awe. So it was good. I'm doing well. I'm not streaming this because I'm supposed to be sick this weekend. I'm not feeling amazing, but I'm not dying. But I really needed a break from work. Just fatigue, exhaustion. Working 5 days a week doing graveyard is just too much for me to consistently do. I'm getting really burnt out really fast, and I've tried to fuck around with the schedule a little bit to play things up, but it doesn't look like there's an easy fix, and I may just have to move on to get a different job because management isn't really working with me at all to help make my schedule what I need it to be in order for it to be healthy for me. And that's been pretty disappointing. Not surprising, because management's job first and foremost is to keep the business running, not necessarily to look out for the welfare of their employees, because American economy is based on bottom line and capital, not people. Oh. But I kind of needed this break, and it's been really nice. I'm really... I'd really like to see someone this weekend. Don't know if I'll be able to. After I record this, I'm gonna convince myself to get up and actually go outside for a bit. Go to the grocery store. Maybe go do something fun today. I don't know what, though. I could go pick up a new board game, but, you know, who am I gonna play it with? I could take myself out, but I also did take myself out for drinks last night, and don't love spending money. I've been spending a lot on myself, actually. I should be getting my running clothes in today, so that's gonna get rid of my last excuse for not running. I'm sure I'll find new ones. But I'm feeling pretty motivated to try working out again and try to push myself. We'll see if it sticks. I may just end up getting a fucking treadmill in my tiny ass apartment. Well, we'll see. I'll try running at like 6 in the morning, and if I still run into too many people, I'll get a treadmill. Yeah, PDXCon was this weekend. Gotta say, I'm pretty unmoved by the announcements. Like, oh, CK3, great. What's it gonna change? Like, I'm kind of done with the Crusader Kings series, unless there's some serious fundamental mechanical changes that make gameplay more interesting, less repetitive, less formulaic, and actually more like roleplay and immersive and based in history and not just the lol so random path that it's gone down. I'm kind of uninterested. I've been considering, since it was announced, this might be a good opportunity to go back and play the original Crusader Kings and then Crusader Kings 2 and take a look at the games as a retrospective and kind of appreciate them for what they are and think about and talk about how they've changed over time. But I don't know. For what they are, they're good games, obviously. But I'm not really feeling that attracted or pulled towards them. I want more emotional, intentional, mindful content than a lot of Paradox titles can offer right now. The new Stellaris DLC is like, oh hey, you added in the fucking UN mechanic from so many other 4X games. Like, great. Fucking whoop-de-doo. Galactic Civilizations had this a decade and a half ago. This should have been in the base game. Like, ooh, different kinds of federations. Like, okay. I have a feeling they're not gonna be fun, and it doesn't seem like you made this iffy mechanic any more appealing. The only thing I thought was, well, this would be interesting once the Star Trek New Horizons folks get their hands on it, because one of the Federation models fits the Klingons pretty well, and oh, okay, that's kind of cool, and some of the other models might fit some other races in there, but again, I've talked about this before. I really think Star Trek New Horizons is a just better version of Stellaris. It has context for the races and the geography and the history and everything else, and that context really goes a long way to help giving a game character. Stellaris on its own has character, but it's, to me, pretty shallow. It's wide, very wide, but shallow. Oh man, my brain is all over the place. Missed messages fucking got me, and got me good. I'm very, very pleasantly surprised. It's really good representation of depression, of suicidal urges and tendencies, of small things that you may not notice, and it's really, really, really good. Made me think about me a lot. I related to a lot of it. Made me think about friends that I've lost, or almost lost, to depression, to suicide, to mental illness. Yeah, it was kind of close to home. But seeing that represented, and seeing it represented so well, is pretty welcome. It's been more than an hour since I played it, and I still feel like I need a cigarette. You know, I don't smoke, but I think you take my meaning. I need a fucking breather. I've taken one, but ooh, that got me. That got me pretty hard. Phrasing. That hit me pretty hard. Here we go. Yeah, the phone call, 5-hour phone call I had yesterday left me feeling really good, really grounded. Like, it's so nice to talk to people who know you and get you and see you. Like, oh, okay, yeah, this is nice. Like, you know me and you understand me, and I don't have to explain things to you or dumb things down for you. You can complete my sentences and tell me what I'm thinking, and like, you get me, and you like me, and value me, and that's really, really nice. I know it doesn't seem like a high bar, and honestly it probably isn't a high bar, but it's something I'm missing a lot, and I have been missing a lot, is being seen and being loved. Yeah. I have plenty of people in my life that care about me and love me in different capacities, but I can often feel, and I don't mean to sound ungrateful by saying this, but it can feel inadequate unless I feel actually seen and understood. Like, yeah, I know you care about me, but like, can you like guess what I'm thinking or how I feel about something? Do you have an internalized version of me? Which is kinda weird, but also like really sweet and accurate. It is crazy how quickly time has gone by. I don't feel old. I mean, I do sometimes, but on the whole, I don't feel old. But then, I'm reminiscing on the phone yesterday, counting up how many months, days, and years it's been. Now these little numbers start adding together, piling on and piling on, and in a decade. Doesn't feel like it. It can be pretty scary for me. I think it can be pretty scary for everyone. And sometimes we just do our best to ignore it, push through, despite it, and do what you have to do. Survival mechanisms are valid and necessary and problematic sometimes, but do what you have to. Oh, why'd I get a mill? That's gonna be worthless. Yeah, it's really hard to express just how relieved I felt. That's crazy. It was pretty fucking crazy. Yeah. I think I'm in a fairly good place. All told. I'm getting to a point where I'm wrestling with, body issues, actually. I'm not sick to my knowledge, I'm not dying to my knowledge, but I am wrestling a lot with how I want to look and how I want to present and how aggressively I want to pursue that and think about that and investigate that, and yeah, it's a lot to think about. And I'm not old, but I'm not as young as I used to be, and it's easy to feel like I've missed the boat in a lot of ways, and in some ways I have. Years that are gone, I'm never getting back. No one is. Well, I suppose that's no excuse for languishing in mediocrity. In, subsisting on what I've subsisted on and settling for what I've settled for. It's so easy, though. I was talking with a friend about a relationship that they're in, and I talked around the word settling, but they said it for me. And yeah, I feel like they're settling, but I feel like they're settling with everyone they've ever been with that isn't me. Maybe I just have unresolved feelings. And by that I mean I definitely have unresolved feelings. But also, they're like really great, and they've been with kind of trash people. My younger Alex included did not deserve to be in a relationship with this person. Now, at least this from where I sit. Now, they're really good at reminding me the things they like about me and seeing me and make me feel, oh, good and special and appreciated and all that stuff. But, I'm guilty of settling too in my life. Easy, and it's comfortable, and it really, I think the appeal for me more than anything of settling professionally, romantically, physically, sexually, or in many, many other ways, it's just so you don't have to think, you don't have to worry, you don't have to agonize, or you can just let it go and try to tune out and just get through. Just keep your head down and get through another day. And I mean, that was really a lot of my last relationship for both of us. I was just trying to get through all the time, and she really, fairly, reasonably, wanted more than that. I just, with her, couldn't be in a place where I could do that. Just sad. I couldn't consistently do that. We were not good for each other. Not consistently, anyway. I did, yesterday, while trying to show a friend an old picture, stumbled across photos of when my ex and I first started dating, and I'm like, wow, what the fuck happened? Like, look at how happy they are. Like, what? I miss this. This is what I fell in love with. This is what I was excited about. I hope they find that happiness again. I hope they make that happiness for themselves, and I hope it's sustainable, and yeah. Oh, that was kind of a rough moment that I didn't share with the person I was with. Like, oh fuck. Wow. That's some perspective. Jesus Christ, it's so nice having taken this much time off. I called in sick Thursday morning, leaving work. Like, Thursday night, Friday, and today's Saturday. Now, in a normal weekend, I'd be off Friday morning, I'd have Saturday off, and Sunday evening, I'd go back to work. So already, this is a long weekend, and just not having 2 days in a row, only 2 days in a row, where I don't have to worry about when I'm gonna go to sleep, and when I need to wake up, and when I need to go to work. Holy shit. This is so much nicer. I think the 5-day work week is antiquated and shitty and ineffective. But honestly, I don't want to go off on a tirade about that right now. I don't want to channel that kind of energy. I'm feeling pretty good, and I just want to kind of ride that for a bit. Yeah. Come on, there we go. I was thinking and feeling like I might have the emotional energy and the wherewithal to play like an actual strategy game today. And then I played Missed Messages. I was like, ooh, fuck, maybe not. maybe I just need a moment. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna stream today. I'd like to, potentially, but also, like, it's poor form to be doing anything super publicly if I've called out sick. Now, technically, right now it is my weekend, so it doesn't matter if I'm sick or not. But in all likelihood, I'm going to try to extend it into Monday, or into Tuesday morning as well, because I'm really enjoying this, and Tuesday might be my last day, or Monday/Tuesday might be my last day to see someone who's increasingly important to me before they go on a trip for a while. And it helped me a lot to see them and talk with them. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. I'd really like to go out and do something fun today, but I'm not sure what. And that tends to be enough of a stepping stone for me to just not do anything. It'd be really nice to play some games online with some friends, but I hate always being the one to organize that and force that together. If we're playing a tabletop game, tabletop RPG, I'm almost always running or space mastering, dungeon mastering, whatever the game. If it's something else, I'm almost always the one picking the game, picking out the time, and getting people on the right server, and I don't know, maybe this is something I shouldn't be complaining about, right? Maybe it just shows that I exhibit strong leadership qualities, and I'm good at organizing people, and I'm good at making things happen if I want them to happen. These are admirable traits and marketable traits. Maybe I should be playing that up. At the same time, you know, it's nice when somebody else takes control for a little while. Not to talk too much about my sex life. That's only 75% accurate. Yeah, I'm pretty zenned out today. This is nice. I really needed this. I was thinking about picking up Untitled Goose Game, but I feel like maybe that ship has sailed. It looks cute, but also it's a puzzle game in its bones, and I guess this is too, but I'm not playing this for the puzzles. I'm playing this for the ambiance, and I kicked the fucking mic. My leg is up on the desk right now because I have weird posture. That seems cute, and the memes have been great. And I've heard really glowing reviews, but I don't know. Yeah, that's all I can really muster up. I don't know. Kinda tempted to convince myself, well, if I go to the store, then I can pick myself up a treat or order takeout. Ooh. I could order takeout and pick that up on my way to or from the store. I got teriyaki last week. I kinda wanna get teriyaki again. Holy shit, 71? That's amazing. It'd be 77 if it weren't for this. That's pretty incredible. Wow. That's a lot of points. Oh, I'm kind of hoping this episode doesn't drag on to infinity like they have been. And this has been a relaxing series, but the episodes have been dauntingly long. I suppose, in its own way, is a good thing. Because it does force me to sit, talk, and process, think, for extended periods of time on a number of subjects. Yeah. So even if I do get impatient and want to go do something else, yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm feeling increasingly like maybe I shouldn't wait till the new year to go to therapy. There's only like one pressing thing. It's only pressing because of the way I'm conceptualizing it. Oops. real vague, but that's kind of as much as I want to say right now. I'm not panicking, I'm not dying, I'm not freaking out. I'm doing pretty okay. I'm doing better than ever in a lot of small ways. But in this journey of self-improvement, I have hit something that I feel like I need more outside context on, and I've been trying to get that context. I've been trying to research and read and listen and expose myself to different viewpoints. Try to get outside of my head a little bit more. Try to suss out how I'm feeling and what I'm wanting, and I mean, I think I know pretty clearly what I want, but if it's realistic or feasible, that's a different question. And to what degree it's realistic or feasible, to what degree it's achievable, and not just something that's fun to think about, that's something completely different. Do I... No, you know what? This is what I want to do. Just want to click, oh, park. Why did I pick park? Plateau. There. That gives me a lot more to play with. Yeah, I have had a hard time digging into new substantial games lately. Like, Red Dead Redemption 2 for the PC comes out November 5th. I'm kind of excited about it, but also, like, I've been feeling like I just don't have the emotional energy for long-form games lately. Like, the last one I got into was Fire Emblem Three Houses. That was a lot. That was a lot of fucking small microsystems to learn that ultimately didn't like matter because the game's super easy, but that I dug into because I was curious about. And yeah, God, I spent so much time deconstructing that game that it really took a lot of the fun out of it, which is pretty typical for me, but still disappointing. 27, 37, 41, 47. Nice, nice. Oh, warehouse. I'm not rich, right? I'm like barely middle class, if middle class, like upper lower income, which is statistically still an accomplishment. And I'm not contented, and I'm gonna keep pushing at it, but I'm really starting to question the realism of... God, that's depressing. The realism of substantially improving that without investing a noteworthy amount of time in going back to school and money and going back to school or getting new certifications. Even if I did, I'm not so sure what I'd want to get into, and then it also feels like there's like a huge looming financial crisis right around the corner that I don't have enough saved up for, and I don't think I'd be laid off because my job security's pretty okay, pretty good. But it might be a bad time to be trying to find new work, and... oh, I don't know. Even when I'm doing pretty okay financially, I'm still worrying. I'm still anxious. Our economics model and system has such little care for human life, human welfare, dignity. Living in a major city like Seattle with our housing crisis being what it is, and seeing so many people just going without meaningful and substantial help for such prolonged periods of their lives, really continues to hammer home how inhumane a lot of our country and civilization is, how insincere and hollow a lot of platitudes are, how fake a lot of folks are and two-faced. Like, the wealthiest man in the world could solve our homelessness crisis, could house people, could employ people, could set up and donate to social services. And like, yeah, it's kinda cool being like, ooh, we're gonna go to space with this money, but also you could just, like, pay your employees better? I think there was a headline today about an Amazon employee dying in one of the warehouses. Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to get on this train, but I guess I'm on it now. Choo-choo. Someone who I care about and value called me out on supporting Bernie Sanders so fervently, being like, he's problematic. Like, is he though? So they were referring to him using the word niggardly. It has a different phonetic base than the N-word. It means something completely different. It means miserly. It has a the word we associate the racist ass term comes from Norse, and I think the other one comes from a different language. They mean completely different things. And this person's smart. This person's pretty well informed, and it really just goes to show that the effectiveness of rumor and gossip in how divisive it can be. Like, there's so many dumbass little conspiracy or misconstrued things about Bernie and, well, Elizabeth Warren a little bit, but like, he's also like not as progressive as I want, and that's really my issue there. In a lot of ways, our political system feels very antiquated. Like, I know for obvious data security reasons, we can't put everything to a popular vote, but holy shit, can we work on that? Because that would be so much better than putting up with career politicians. If we just invested time and money into infrastructure that educated people and engaged the population with the political process, actually inform them. I yesterday was talking about a friend of mine, who I really care a lot about, and I was having that long-ass phone conversation with, they live in a pretty not-so-progressive part of our country. And they were talking about some really negative and pretty horrible experiences that they had with folks, conservative folks from that part of the country, who just treated them awfully and just terribly. You may not be aware, but Fox News celebrated its birthday this month, October 7th, I think. 1998 or 96? 96, I think, is when it first aired. And God, if you keep that in mind and look at the political changes in political discourse in the United States from 96 to 2019, it's pretty astounding. It's pretty astounding the impact that this belligerent pseudo-news source has caused and the waves it's made. I'm not one for attacking freedom of the press, but I do think that there should be certifications. Not given out by the government, but maybe given out by a consortium of corporate, or not corporate, but public and private interests. Representatives from certified news sources, news companies, news. I don't like the capitalization of all this. The certified news sources send representatives, as well as representatives from the government as appointed by, I don't know, Congress, not the president, or both, or whatever. And then those individuals decide or set the criteria for standards and practices, and can revoke the license of a group or organization to report the news if they find that news being reported is factually untrue or misleading or manipulative. Yeah, sure, ooh, that's a slippery slope, Alex. Yeah, but so's the alternative. So's just letting corporate media run free and spin doctor everything to a point where the truth is so hard to recognize, and where the different accounts and different stories being told by different news sources are so difficult to reconcile with one another. We live in a time of non-stop propaganda, non-stop bombardment. That is freaking exhausting. I don't know, maybe just have public groups whose purpose is to maybe not revoke the right to publish, but certify certain news sources as qualified or legitimate. And of course there's room for abuse and corruption, but yeah, I don't know. There's just got to be a better way. You know, I might not go until I lose this time. I might just go until the end of this island. I'm getting kind of tired. I haven't been awake that long, I don't think, but I've really just been sleeping a ton this weekend. It's been nice. And, oh, Islanders does get a little bit repetitive. Just a little bit. In a very pleasant way, but I think I might be ready for a break from it. Spend some time with something else. I have been looking at some suitable replacements or supplements to this to help accomplish the same thing, get me in the same kind of headspace, and serve the same sort of vaguely therapeutic purpose. But I don't know. Oh, the yawning. Oh my god. Oh god, I need to respond to another friend of mine who sent me a very, very long series of messages when I was out at the bar last night. That's not a problem. I like rambling messages. I want friends to spill their fucking guts out, because I do. And if that's not what you're interested in, then, like, why are you pretending to want to engage with your fellow human being, right? I care. Don't always have the bandwidth. And I know other people don't always have the bandwidth too, and it can be hard to remind yourself of that. Important too. Whoop, boop, ba, 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 yawn. Need to do that. I need to get groceries. I should probably get out and do something, but it is overcast and probably rainy today. Ooh, I think thunderstorms this afternoon were predicted. But I don't have the person around that I want to go on a date with in the thunderstorm and kiss them in the thunderstorm. And I guess I could go to them, but that'd probably be kind of extra, and I don't really think they have the time to see me, and I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking for a really cliche and extra romantic notion. That's all. That's just me. I just wanna. When I was talking on the phone yesterday, I vocalized something that I think about a lot. There's certain people, I just want to fly out here and be like, you know what, just live with me. Just, I know you can find a job. Just live with me. I'll buy a futon. Or an air mattress or whatever the fuck. You can live on that. Because you ain't using my bed. Until you can get on your feet and get your own place, or we can find a bigger place together or something. There's some people that I really, really, really want in my life that I don't have in my life, and you know, I'm not loaded right now, but I'm finally in a place where I can start visiting folks or helping folks visit me. I know I should be saving more of my money than spending it on things that make me feel good, but I want to feel good, and I've gone so long with doing without of so many things and denying myself this and denying myself that, and I kind of just want to be stupid and indulgent for a while. And I know it doesn't necessarily make it better if I'm being mindfully stupid and indulgent, because it still is what it is, but I don't know. Oh, this is kind of a wreck. Yeah, you can tell my focus is just going. I want to get a lot of my friends together for like a week and just play a tabletop role-playing game for like a fucking week. And that's it. Just have a vacation where I'll run the game, I'll get food and drinks, and probably not weed, because I know you motherfuckers think you can handle your shit when you're high, and that you can still roleplay and play games, and no, you fucking can't. You get so dumb, and I don't know, maybe I haven't played with the right stoners, but in my experience, weed does not mix well with tabletop role-playing games. It mixes well with like chilling the fuck out and hanging out, but one friend in particular, he just could not fucking focus or remember what I said 2 sentences before, like, bud, what the hell? This is too much. Yeah, but that sounds really nice. Because it's a bitch to get people together regularly, like once a week, or once every other week, or Tuesdays that are odd numbers, or the second Tuesday following a full moon, but only if Venus is rising, and it's so tiring trying to get people together and organize and playing stuff. And I know there's like local clubs or groups I could join from like some of the local gaming stores, but I don't want to just play with randos. Like, I have a pretty low expectation of what that would involve, and like, I don't identify very strongly with gamers as like a primary identity. I play a lot of games. I like games. I like designing games, making games, talking about games. I'm not a fucking gamer because I don't like that stereotype. I don't like that trope. I don't like, really, that community. It's fucking overly toxic and gross and incel-y as fuck, and it's really unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate. And you know, maybe it behooves other people who like games to help change that and transition that, but I don't want that work. I don't want that burden. I'm okay with being a closeted nerd, or a just, you know, not nerd life nerd, but I don't know. Maybe I should go. I'm a good DM. I'm a good GM. I'm good enough that I could and should get paid for it. That I have gotten paid for it professionally, and would like to again. But it's really hard to demonstrate that without pointing to a body of work, and I didn't like record a lot of my prior work, so it would just be word of mouth, and word of mouth, if you don't know the people, isn't really worth very much. That's a thing. Man, I am all over the place today. Sorry? I mean, I'm not really sorry. Kinda nice that I'm not hyper-focused on one thing, and my brain's just kind of floaty. Oh. Does mean, if I play something else, it should probably be something pretty heavily narrative-focused, so I can latch onto that and ride that energy, because Lord knows writing my own is just spacing me the hell out right now. Probably that I haven't eaten enough this morning. I've eaten, but I should eat more, and I normally eat more by now, but I need to go to the grocery store so I can actually eat what I want to and I'm supposed to. Oh my god, there's so many tiny buildings. Too many options. Getting little overwhelmed. 22. I said I was gonna throw after this island. I'm still like, yeah, but where can I get the most points? Here, I guess. Oh, here? Girl? Okay, there we go. Sure, 21, whatever. Ain't right, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't care very much. This is just a mess. I'm not proud of this. This is just like a whole fucking mess. Just slide it on in there? No. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll just throw that in there. Looks bad, and it is bad, and what the fuck do I do with this house? I do this every time where the game starts you out with platforms and like, design your own island. I'm like, nah, just gonna make a monster. Oh my god, I'm yawning so much. Good lord. Someone reminded me earlier this week just how fucking good Peaky Blinders is. If you have Netflix, take a look. It's pretty dang good, and it just, in my opinion, gets better. But also, I'm a history aficionado, and seeing vaguely pseudo-historical stuff is always my jam. I've been pretty into that. Yeah, lately, I think within the last couple of weeks, I've been being a lot less candid on social media about a lot of the folks I follow. It's been nice. I still work way too much. I mean, if you're a worker, you do you. Honestly, I think that's the easiest way to engage with most media, is just kind of to absorb it on your own time and to your own comfort level. But it has stopped me from really engaging with different communities and content creators and folks that I like. I like them from the outside in a kind of creepy voyeuristic way, and I'm like, it's not really my jam or how I want to think of myself and how I want to be thought of. Well, really, if you're working successfully, you're not being thought of at all. Yeah, God. Missed messages fuck me up. My brain is just like, fried. Not expecting to be like, oh, yep. This reminds me of friends of mine and me. And like, oh, fuck. Full disclosure, I've never had the will to self-harm. I never quite got to the point where suicide was something I seriously was considering. It was an urge. It was like just a gnawing hunger, pain that never really went away. It was just exhausting and draining, and I didn't really have anyone to talk to confide in, and things like they were just falling apart. And really, so often when I've been that way in the past, the only thing that keeps me going is guilt and shame that I don't want my mom to find out. I don't want to put my sister or grandparents through that. I don't, like, no parent should have to bury their child. And I'd say that's a horrible reason for living, but any good reason for living, any reason for living is a good reason. Any reason that you can come up with and convince yourself and twist together is a good one. Because if it keeps you going, that's what matters. When I was young, I didn't self-harm traditionally, but I'd go running in the cold. Like in the middle of the night, winter, in the Midwest, just to like hurt, just to feel pain. Like, it's pretty bad for your lungs. to go running in the cold. And I think I might have caused some minor long-term damage there. Yeah, I'd run until I was numb, and then just run some more and kind of just ride that numb feeling for as long as I could. Because, like, it felt like I was burning up inside and boiling over and falling apart and, like, sad and not in control of myself or my life or anything around me, but, you know, this dial, this painometer was something I could dial up and dial down. It was something I could push myself to the point where I didn't really feel it anymore. And that kind of control, even if it's deeply unhealthy, even if it's deeply unproductive, is so cathartic when you feel like you don't have it. It's so welcome. Yeah. I'm not proud of it, and obviously don't advocate for it, because there are healthier ways to deal with that, tease that out, and address it. Like, fuck. I really regret that I didn't. So, like, with identity, with gender identity in particular, that was something I wrestled with for a long, long time, for decades, really, quietly and on my own. It'd pop up every year or so, probably more than that, more often than that, and I'd think about it for a couple of days, or maybe a week, or maybe a month, and then I'd just, like, push it down and quiet that. I really wish I had just talked to somebody. But on the other hand, I was in the Midwest, in a pretty conservative community, and, you know, bless my family, but they've only gotten increasingly progressive due to my older sister and I think, by and large, widening their worldview a little bit. I don't know how that would have gone. I don't know, like, there's such an atmosphere of, like, fear and shame and pain, and, like, it didn't feel survivable or realistic. It didn't feel tangible in any way. Like, it felt like a fantasy. Like a fantasy that, you know, it was kind of nice to think about and pine for and hope for and pray for. But it didn't seem like it could be real. And honestly, it's only been since, like, getting... God, this sucks. This would be perfect over here. Getting financial stability on my own that it's even been something I've started thinking about again, because, dude, I've been unemployed and effectively homeless for most of my 20s. After college, anyway. Now, my name has been on leases, and I've had beds to stay in and couches to crash on, but effectively, I haven't had any means to accomplish much of anything. I know that hasn't stopped other people, and that's amazing. I guess that's not me. And, you know, even though I have hit a point where I'm mostly financially stable, it still is kind of daunting to think about, oh, do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? How do I feel about this? How do I feel about that? I don't really know. And, like, do I want to talk to this person or that person or this kind of professional or that kind of professional? Do I really trust the kind of insight here or there? And Well, this community is obviously pretty biased, but yada yada yada, and I'm doing fine. I'm just balancing and weighing some pretty big and heavy stuff, and I put off some pretty major decisions for a long time. Major responsibilities for a long time. I'm kind of feeling like, yeah, I need to do this now. Like, I need to piss or get off the pot. Charming expression. Yeah, I don't know. And I'm pretty comfortable saying I don't know. Because I don't. I'm very unsure as a person. Him and Han, go back and forth. Yeah. I might talk more about this later. I don't want to dig into it too much right now, because it seems like I don't really want to dig into anything right now, which is fine, but I think we lose here. Yeah, I think we lose here. This can't go in the water, and I'm not getting any points from it anywhere, unless we're in here, but I don't have room in here. This isn't going to give me a positive score anywhere. Neither is this. Nor can it fit anywhere, so I can put up a wall somewhere. Build that wall. Yay! I lose. Oh, the game doesn't think that I've lost. But I've lost. Yeah. Oh. Spacey day today. Not a bad day. Relaxed day. Sleepy. Drowsy kind of day. If you haven't taken a look at the Missed Messages playthrough, I highly recommend it. I've only played through 2 of the endings, but honestly, I don't need to see the other 2. I got the one that I wanted second, and I just want to stop it there. Try to get out today. Try to make something today. Spend some quiet time to yourself. Think and feel. Meditate if that's your jam. Respond to those messages or texts or emails you've been putting off. You know, treat yourself. So I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna respond to my friend. I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna maybe record something else. Probably record something else. I'm kind of at a loss of what to do with myself. It's nice. So nice to not feel like, oh fuck, I don't have enough time to do anything, but I want to do this, I want to do that. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Till next time, I've been me, you've been you. Toodaloo.